Clerk if she could speak about that a little bit, but also if you wouldn't mind just speaking in general a little bit about the August 4th election and information you have now or what your plans are. I was asked earlier if all the polling locations will be open on August 4th. If you could speak to that, I'd be greatly appreciative.
Thank you, Mayor and Mayor Pro Tem and Council. So first of all, yes, all 31 precincts will be open on Election Day at their normal polling locations. We are not consolidating or shutting down any precincts at all in Troy. The absentee counting board, as you know, last meeting, we moved the absentee counting board to the community center to allow for social distancing and to accommodate the ballots that we're expecting. We are prepared to provide PPE to all of our election workers, including the absentee counting board. All of the election workers in the precincts will have face shields, gloves, hand sanitizer, cleaning products to wipe down the surfaces. We've purchased special signage for inside the precincts and outside, reminding people to wear masks and social distance and keep their, wash their hands or use hand sanitizer. We've also provided the same stuff for the absentee counting board because even though the public is not allowed in there, there will be over 50 people in the absentee counting board. So we want to make sure that they're all safe as well. We are going to have them all social distanced. We're also going to have social distancing markers inside the polling locations. The voting booths will be social distanced. We're doing everything that we can to make sure that everyone that wants to vote in person or who wants to work for us will be safe, and as well as the staff and the people that are at the locations, because most of our locations are in churches, so they have their own staffing that will also be present. And I'm working closely with the representatives from those locations to make sure that they understand how we're going to be operating and that what their role to play is in making sure that everyone that enters the building is safe that day and can vote without worrying about the virus or crowds or whatever. So we're mitigating all of those challenges. We also have purchased additional drop boxes for outside City Hall, which got installed today, so we're very excited. And those will be able to accommodate the influx of absentee ballots that we receive. We do empty those boxes multiple times a day, but maybe on Saturday and Sunday, they could get filled up, so we wanted to make sure we had enough space for everyone. The state is offering, has an order form that I will be requesting supplies from. They can provide also masks, face shields, letter openers, touchless thermometers, all kinds of things on their order form. So I'll be taking advantage of that as well. And then as far as how the drive-up clerk's office will look, we have signs that we've purchased to put on Civic Center Drive and Town Center Drive that will direct people to the east parking lot. The east doors will not be accessible to the public, but the idea is that voters would stay in their cars, and staff members from the clerk's office will be inside the east lobby with everything needed to help people either register to vote or get their absentee ballots. People will drive up in their cars, stop right in front of the door. Someone from the clerk's office will come out and talk to them at a safe distance. The only handling would be taking the ID from the person or handing them a form, but there would not be any interaction closer than that. And then the voter would stay in their car. They could go park in a parking spot and vote their ballot if they wanted to, or take it home. And then they could return it to the drop box. So there would not be the need for another interaction with a clerk's office staff member. So we're limiting the amount of contact with any members of staff or with voters with each other. There won't be any voters in the building because City Hall is closed to the public, but we don't feel that there would be a need for the voters to enter City Hall anyway, because we'll be able to handle everything and answer all their questions right from the east lobby. We're going to be doing that on July 25th, and the following Saturday, August 1st, we're required by state law to be open. We'll be open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and we plan on doing it the same way on that day. There's not a need to move everyone inside because we can do everything from the east lobby. So we feel that that's a safer way to handle ballots in general. And then during the day, during the weekdays, while City Hall is closed, we will also be handling absentee ballot issuing or registering to vote the same way. So if people call and they want to come and register to vote, they'll be able to come to City Hall, and we would meet them at the e-stores, and they could drive up, and we would be able to hand them the forms, and they could hand them back to us or drop them in the drop box. So we're fully prepared to do all of that, and our top priority is making sure everyone still gets to cast their ballot, but also stays safe while they're doing it, and make sure that everyone that's working stays safe as well.
I think I can add another top priority, the security of the ballots and making sure everything's done under proper procedures. I know that goes without saying. We talked a little bit about it last time, but you're taking security very seriously. Obviously, I asked with regard to the community center aspects at the last meeting, but they'll be under all the normal protections, these ballots that, I don't want anyone to think that it's just cars driving through parking lots and ballots going everywhere. It's a very strict procedure, as if you were at the city clerk's office or even voting at the polls, with identification, with cross-checking, with all those same precautions, right?
That's correct, Mayor. We will have our computer system. We are moving our laptops down to the East Lobby, so we will be checking people in and using the same system that we would be using if people were standing at our counter. So it will not be just handing ballots out. We have everything available to us. Our voter database software is web-based, so we can have a laptop and we can log into it. We have a secure login that we use for those. Nobody else can access it. The rooms that we use for all of our ballots, all of our absentee counting board, everything will be locked down. We have secured containers where all the ballots are stored. There's a sealing procedure for all of those containers. We take security very seriously, and we want to make sure that everything is followed to the law. We would never compromise anything as far as the law or security goes. We did send a postcard out to all of our voter households recently, in case hopefully everyone got it by now, that kind of just dispels some myths about absentee voting in general. But we wanted to make sure that one thing that we got across is that we do take all of these election law very seriously. We take voting very seriously, security, and we would never do anything that would compromise that.